Sterling Harjo, the director, is with us, and this is fascinating. The story of your grandfather, the story when he disappeared. You heard the story 100 times, 1,000 times, and so you decided to make a movie about it.
Actually, it's a documentary about songs. It's about a specific style of singing that comes from the tribes that I come from. The
Seminole?
Singing that we do, yeah, Seminole and Creek.
Uh-huh.
And making a documentary about these songs, I sort of discovered a lot of these people that were... One of the ideas that I had was to bookend the film with the story of my grandfather, who went missing in Sasakwa, Oklahoma. He wrecked off of a bridge, and the whole community came together. And in these... every time I would hear this story, people would tell me that they sang these songs while they searched for him. So really it was going to be a bookend to the film, but as I was making this documentary about the songs, more and more people that I would talk to, singers and things like that, more and more of them, it turned out that they were actually there searching for my grandfather. So it just became a bigger part of the story. So it's about songs, and it's about the community, and it's about my grandfather, and it's about how people in the community use these songs.
Your grandfather... did you know him at all? Do you remember him?
No, my dad was 5 whenever he passed away.
Tell people a little bit. Your Seminole tribe. Mm-hmm. You grew up in Oklahoma. That's way far from where the Seminole people were, and a lot of people don't know about that anymore. Yeah. Tell them about that.
Well, the film goes into to that as well. People know it as the Trail of Tears. Mm-hmm. In the 1800s, the U.S. government basically displaced the people that I come from, Seminole and also Muscogee Creek. They forcibly removed them from their home ancestral land and moved them to Oklahoma. And they marched them all the way to Oklahoma, and so they had to cross the Mississippi River, and it was a lot of people died, thousands of people died. And one of the things about these songs is these songs were sung on the Trail of Tears, and a lot of them refer to the Trail of Tears. A lot of them were used as encouragement on the Trail of Tears. A lot of them refer to the River of Death. They're meant to keep you going. They're meant to keep you going on a journey. And they're meant to encourage you during, the most difficult times. So, that history sort of comes up in the film because of these songs.
Are these songs getting lost?
They are. There's not as many people singing them, and really it was trying to capture the people that do sing them still. And, it's really beautiful singing. It was within the film you discover where the roots of these songs come from. They're sort of a mix of cultures. The Scottish missionaries brought this style of singing over.
Oh.
And then it was adapted by black slaves and also the Muscogee Creek people as just worshipful singing. And so they sound sort of like a mix of the three cultures, the slave spirituals. They sound like a bit of Scottish hymns, but then they have a total native
But is it Seminole language?
Yeah, it's in the Seminole and the Muscogee Creek people both speak a language called Muscogee, and they're all in the Muscogee language.
Do you understand the language? Are you a speaker of that language?
I can understand it. I speak some of it. I wouldn't call myself a fluent speaker, but one of the ways that the language has really survived is because of these songs, because people are surrounded by these songs, and you always hear these songs, especially at funerals and things like that. And so it's a way that people have learned the language, basically.
People don't speak it too much anymore either, right?
Not a lot. I mean, we still have fluent speakers, but it's also dying as well. Did you grow up in Oklahoma? I did. I grew up in a small town called Holdenville, Oklahoma, in southeastern Oklahoma.
Have you made other films before?
I have 2 feature films that premiered here at the Sundance Film Festival, and also a short film that premiered here at the Sundance Film Festival.
Are they feature films, not documentary?
Yeah, it's my first documentary.
So it's one of them is 4 Sheets to the Wind, and I think we interviewed.
I think you did too. I remember you actually.
Yeah,
we talked to you about that.
Yeah. It was a few years ago, 8 years ago maybe.
Jeez, So you decide now doing a documentary, totally a very different kind of thing.
Yeah.
What do you like? Did you like doing that better, or what do you think about that?
I mean, I feel like one of my favorite filmmakers is Werner Herzog, and he sort of does both.
He does,
So I really sort of fall, like, I sort of believe in that school of filmmaking where, I mean, nothing is always the truth. Nothing. I mean, you can find the truth without, but a documentary is also manipulated, to find the truth as well. And so, with the people that I'm interviewing, I'm also with the people that I'm interviewing, I am also not manipulating them, but I'm pulling a performance out of them.
Sure.
It's not just straight questions. It's like I'm really trying to get at something, and I have a point that I want to make with the documentary. So I am pushing them towards something.
Yeah, I get it.
And I approached it like a narrative film, though. So it was I wrote an outline, and really it was just putting the pieces together and doing the interviews. So it was very it felt like I wrote it.
This may be the last time. Sterling Harjo is the director. It's very music-based. There's a lot of music in it. And it's also the story of his ancestors and his grandfather specifically. Is
there a place online where we can hear some of this music?
Yeah, you can hear it at this may be the last time film.com.
All right.
And there's a there's a song you can stream and listen to.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks.
Actually, there's also a trailer to the film as well. That you can actually hear three parts of 3 songs on the trailer. So if you can check out the trailer too. This may be the last time.
Good. Has the screenings been?
We had its premiere yesterday.
Positive and
premiered yesterday, and it was really good response, and everyone crying and laughing, and so that's always good.
That's perfect.
Do you have any family here with you?
They all came up, and they just left. Actually, I just told them bye.
So they were here for the.
Yeah, they actually drove up, so it was cheaper that way. So
they drove from Oklahoma?
They drove from Oklahoma.
Wow,
good for them.
Yeah.
You've got a screening on the 21st at the Yarrow at 6 p.m., 22nd at the Salt Lake City Library Theater, 9 p.m.
Yeah.
On the 24th at the Temple Theater up here in Park City, and then on the 25th in Provo at the Sundance Resort.
They must be proud of They must be proud of you.
Yeah, they're very proud, and it's a very, my dad's father died when he was 5, so. One of the best compliments I could get is my dad said, "If I feel like I know him better now," and you realize, for me, it was just a story. But when I started making the film, you realize that it really affected people, and it was a thing that really happened, So that's what I've gotten out of it, is that it really affected a lot of people. So,
thanks a lot, Sterling.
Yeah.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you again too.
And pretty cool that you've had 3 films.
Yeah, 3
at the Sundance Film Festival.
Yeah.
Way to go!
Thank you.
Nice talking to you again.